everyone, it's Kia from Petals Bath Boutique, and I'm back again making another soap for you. In this video, I'm making bitter almond soap. What I'm doing right now is shredding a soap that I made the day before. This is hot process soap. I made a loaf of hot process soap, and I'm now shredding it down, and I'm going to use it in my cold process soap. And I'll tell you why in a little bit later. So here I'm straining some milk that I made from scratch. This is almond milk. And I just combined some raw almonds in my blender with spring water and blitzed it for a bit, and now it's straining. This jar was definitely too small. I'll get a larger one next time, but it's definitely making a mess. But yeah, this is just the almond milk, and I'm straining that out, and we're going to use that for the next phase of the soap. And here you can see we have our almond milk, and what I'm going to do is actually freeze this and use it for making, instead of my water, I'm going to use this for the lye water solution. So I poured it into Ziploc bags. I didn't have any ice cube trays actually, so I froze it in the Ziploc bags, and it also made it easier for me to break it up. And some people do this and they will put it in an ice bath for mixing the lye into the milk. I didn't have an ice bath, so I just decided to go ahead and try it this way. The reason for using the ice bath is so that it doesn't overheat and it doesn't scorch. And in my opinion, this definitely overheated. I also feel that it did scorch a bit, but we'll see how that works out a little bit later. So here we have the almond milk mixed with the lye, and as I said before, I feel that it did scorch a little bit, so I'm going to strain it to get any of those little curdles out. And at this point, I'm not really sure how it's going to work out, but I've come this far, so it's going to go, I'm just decided to move forward and see how it did. But as you can see, it's working out pretty good. I'm able to smooth it out and get as much of the liquid as possible into the melted oils. Also, this is not a heat transfer method. I did cool the lye milk down in the freezer for a bit, and for the base here of soap, I mixed melted hard oils into room temperature liquid oils. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up and bring it to a medium trace. I didn't want this to be a light trace because I didn't want the soap shreds from the previous batch that I'm going to add in to sink to the bottom. So I want it to be thick enough for the shreds to suspend, but not so thick that it moved crazy on me. And since I added fragrance to the hot process portion, I'm not going to add any to this base here. The reason being is when I was reading the reviews for the essential oil, it was saying, most people were saying that when used in cold process soap, the scent would fade during the cure. And I didn't want that to happen. So that was why I did both hot process and cold process. And I could have just done a hot process soap, but I wanted the look and feel of a cold process. I wanted to be able to texture the top and add my additives, little botanicals and things like that on top without having to force it down onto the hot process soap. And right here I'm just adding in some ground almond meal. It's from the same almonds, the raw almonds that I used to make the milk. And I just wanted to add enough to give some visual interest, but not so much that it would make the soap scratchy later. So now I'm adding in the shredded hot process soap, and I've done this before in the past. Years and years ago I did this, and I didn't add enough of the shredded soap, and the scent didn't carry as strongly as I wanted into the cold process soap. So I'm gonna go ahead in this batch and be very generous with the soap shreds. To me, this is starting to look like it's getting there. This is probably about enough. I think I'm gonna add one more, maybe two more handfuls in, and then get ready to pour. So much anyone that commented on the last video, the one for Stargazer. These videos are actually already pre-recorded. I did all of these like a month ago, and so I'm just now starting to edit them. So so far it seems like everyone is saying, those that did comment are saying to go ahead and speak in the videos. So I'm gonna try to do this more often. Yeah, so this was the soap I set aside earlier. I wanted to make sure I could texture the top to make it kind of look like cold processed soap, and also so that when I put on my botanicals and a little bit of extra soap shreds, that would actually stick. There was actually enough left over to do sort of a little half batch here. Not enough to fill it up, but I'll be able to get some smaller bars. I think these were about 3.5 ounces when I cut them. So I'll be able to offer 2 sizes for this particular soap. Here I'm just adding some of the soap shreds to decorate the top. Bit of almond meal. Some cranberry seeds. These are so pretty. I've seen these in pictures on other people's soap, and I had no idea what they were using. And Google is my best friend. I searched. I knew they were seeds of some sort. I thought maybe they could be strawberry seeds. I wasn't sure, but I just kept trying different searches until I finally figured out, oh, they're cranberry seeds. But I think they're so pretty. The red is just, it's beautiful. So this is 24 hours later. Oh my goodness, guys, let me tell you, this smells so good. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. I can't say it's my favorite of the soaps that I made for my Secret Garden collection, but it's definitely one of the tops. This is Such an amazing scent. These bars have been curing for over a month at this point. They're labeled and packaged, and the scent is still strong. I can smell it through the wrapping. It smells so good. So that's that there, and I'll be back a little bit later, a couple days, with another video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate you.